Let's make a rustic ornament using the Fairy Merry Christmas transfer from Iron Orchid Designs. It is a limited edition. You get more than 30 designs to use in this package. I had some scrap wood that I cut to size to fit my transfers. Remove the backer sheet and use the burnishing tool that's included with each transfer to rub your transfer into the surface. Slowly remove the carrier sheet. Then use your carrier sheet to burnish it down even more just to make sure that you have contact with your entire surface. I used Wise Owl's matte varnish to seal in my transfer, and I let it dry before I stamped the back. I used a piece of the winter adornment stamp to add some interest to the back just in case the ornament turns around. I used the Iron Orchid Designs ink in black to stamp my image. Then the wood gets a coat of matte varnish as well, so that it matches the color of the front. The ink is permanent once dry, so it does not have to be sealed. I want to add some depth and dimension, so I'm using the ink pad just along the edges of the piece of wood to give it some shadowing. You'll see this technique used a lot in paper crafting, but just because it's used there doesn't mean you can't use it in creating your own art, including painted furniture. And I did the same on the back, mainly for consistency, but also know that you can use a different color. It doesn't have to be black. You could have used green on this, or even a red. Using Wise Owl's heavy metal paint in gold dust, I'm adding some highlights. I like to use my finger so I feel like I have a little more control. I also think it's a lot more organic that way. I love the bling with the rustic. Now I'm going to use some twine in my hot glue gun. I used a twisted sisal, so I wanted to untwist it so that it would really be frayed and give me more texture and dimension. I tried to use as little hot glue as possible, but I did need to use a good bit to get it started. I end up wrapping in both directions so that I can leave those frayed ends on either side. Untwisting the sisal was very time consuming, so I may not use that again in the future. I trimmed the ends and frayed some more. I should have measured my hole before putting all the twine on, but I didn't. I'm using an awl to create a hole for my eye hook. I couldn't find gold eye hooks at the hardware store, so I just spray painted them. A wooden skewer fits great into the eye hook hole and helps you quickly twist down the screw. Cut a little more twine to hang your ornament from and make a knot at the top. You're finished. This transfer is called Fairy Merry Christmas, but it does not scream Christmas. I did not use Christmas colors so that it could be used all year.